You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
But the prosecution claims the rapper offered Fenderson $50,000.
Went to a Nets game, and we met Jay-Z there.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Your favorite celebrities are not what they seem, because for the longest time, it was very obvious what Diddy was doing at his parties, such as the time he brought it up in an interview with Conan.
We go way back.
Way back. But check this out.
When was that, by the way? We'll get to that later. All right.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right. Just different
Plurals.
blend. You need the
Blends.
ladies. You need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No. No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They
Right.
just, you know, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta
Right.
keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
rock with me, but just
Right.
check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot
Heat.
of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
And the time that he predicted that he would get arrested because of his lifestyle.
Your parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizons, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it, and it ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers, people from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z, Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on, you know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw a party.
But the entire reason this happened was because Hollywood's elites enabled Diddy.
And his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he could get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons and he had a house and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bruh, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them.
And now, innocents are paying the price for it.
Well, now to the latest on the sex trafficking case against hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. We are learning tonight that additional charges could soon be forthcoming.
So that's according to sources who spoke with Fox 5's Lisa Evers. She joins us now with the exclusive details. Lisa?
Well, Stephen, Natasha, multiple sources tell me that a federal grand jury is hearing testimony from new witnesses, including some who are being flown in from out of state. Prosecutors are looking to bring more charges and additional co-defendants to the Sean Diddy Combs federal sex trafficking case. This comes as a judge ruled that an accuser trying to sue Combs cannot remain anonymous.
Fox 5 cameras were rolling to catch former Diddy associate Courtney Burgess as he walked with his attorney Ariel Mitchell into federal court to testify before a grand jury, hearing from witnesses about potential new charges. At the October 10th court hearing, lead prosecutor Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson cautioned that the trial timeline could be affected by a superseding indictment.
Perhaps the worst thing about the entire situation right now is how silent these celebrities are about Diddy's crimes. They attended his parties for years. They made use of his network for years. And now they choose to stay silent? What secrets are they hiding?
Call them modest get-togethers, others hedonistic romps. For the next 53 seconds, we'll take an in-depth look inside Diddy parties.
Diddy once threw a party on a jet flying around the world. Now, it started on a Tuesday and somehow ended on the previous Sunday. I don't know how he did that.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week, maybe 4. Well, not including the weekends.
Boy, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party.
Well, what happened?
Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup.
Yep.
D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow.
Man, he had a whole bunch of pimp cups.
He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook, a Diddy party or a Diddy after party, or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
Let's look at them, one by one. 2 of the wealthiest figures in modern music, Diddy and Jay-Z, share more than just a friendship. They've also been business partners over the years. Their bond began in the 1990s, when both were rising stars in the hip-hop world. Diddy with Bad Boy Records, and Jay-Z with Rockefeller Records. Though they were seen as friendly rivals, each building their own empires and competing on the charts, there was never any serious animosity between them. Instead, they frequently collaborated and supported each other's ventures. Over the years, Diddy and Jay-Z have been seen together at numerous events, award shows, and parties. In 2010, they even co-headlined a concert series showcasing their friendship. Both have publicly acknowledged the other's achievements. Diddy has praised Jay-Z's business skills, while Jay-Z has recognized Diddy's role in merging music with fashion and other industries. Their friendship has also extended beyond music into other areas like fashion, spirits, and media, and even defending infidelity, interestingly enough.
I think Beyonce did a great job, and she tackled something that a lot of women have had to go through, and also Jay on the other side, he did what he had to do. And most importantly, their family stayed tight and together, and they were able to weather the storm. And that's a shining example of a couple that stays together through the good and the bad.
However, Jay-Z has remained silent on Diddy's recent legal troubles, which has sparked rumors online. Some speculate that Jay-Z might be aware of, or even involved in, the controversy surrounding Diddy.
Saved my life, man. We're Sagittarius too, Bob. Thank you so much.
In the midst of this media frenzy, longtime rival 50 Cent chimed in, poking fun at both Diddy and Jay-Z. After the FBI raided Diddy's homes in March, 50 Cent posted a mocking Instagram post featuring Jay-Z's face on a milk carton, with the caption, "Missing." This may be because over the last couple of years, Jay-Z has been alleged to be just as bad as Diddy, if not worse.
I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately.
A couple of months later, 50 Cent took another shot, joking that Jay-Z was hiding out until this with Puff blowover. Could it be because he's involved in Diddy's sex trafficking?
D-I-D-D-Y. D-E-V-I-L. The devil. He's the devil. And if he ain't the devil, he is the damn short shepherd for him. He wants to be just like him. Let's get Diddy indicted and let's get Jay-Z up next.
Do you believe?
I promise you, whatever trafficking the diddler is being looked at for, Sean Carter aided and abetted or was directly involved. It's about to get real tense, and there's a lot of girls and boys who are still trapped inside the machine, working, paying their flesh debts. There's still a lot of them, and they know things that people ain't gonna be comfortable with them knowing. What people really need to be worried about is getting all of the witnesses to come forward before they disappear.
But it's not just Jay-Z who's suspect. His media darling wife may be involved too. Diddy and Beyonce's friendship, mostly through her relationship with Jay-Z, dates back to the early 2000s. They've crossed paths at many industry events, and while their connection is largely professional, rumors about it have surfaced online.
Diddy is a dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
In particular, resurfaced clips of artists like Adele and Lizzo thanking Beyonce at award shows have led some internet users to speculate that these gestures are meant to avoid upsetting her.
My artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental, Beyonce. It was so monumental and so well thought out and so beautiful and soul-bearing, and we all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that, and all us artists here.
This theory has become a viral trend on TikTok, with users humorously thanking Beyonce for everyday things. Even JoJo Siwa referenced the conspiracy in a recent award speech, saying, "I also have to thank Beyonce, just so that we can keep the dancing community safe." Believe it or not, there are some pretty startling allegations out there about Beyonce.
You ain't talk about the producers. You didn't talk about the writers. You didn't talk about the team that helped you get there. Your whole f***ing speech was about how great Beyonce is. That's when I knew she was picked. But when I think of that speech that day at that Vibe magazine event, and then I think of Lizzo and her acceptance speech when she won Album of the Year and beat Beyonce, the one award she can't win, maybe because you don't put good albums together, just nice videos and singles. But all that being said, didn't Lizzo do the same thing in the middle of her speech?
Piers Morgan recently issued an apology to Beyonce and Jay-Z after a controversial interview with Jaguar Wright, a singer who made some interesting claims about Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z.
Who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
Another big celebrity enabled Diddy after becoming a victim of his. Usher and Diddy's connection dates back to the early 1990s, when Usher was a rising star under the mentorship of Diddy. Usher has credited Diddy with teaching him valuable lessons about fame and branding. In interviews, Usher has joked about his time living with Diddy, hinting that he was exposed to a more adult lifestyle than he was prepared for. He once said living with Diddy was pretty wild, and when asked if he would send his kids to Diddy's camp, his response was an emphatic hell no.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So
it was
nobody
crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Uh-huh.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Recent speculation about their relationship grew after Usher's social media accounts were mysteriously wiped clean, though Usher later explained he had been hacked. Gene Deal, though, thinks there's a lot more to the story.
Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now, I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there.
As is the case for the next celebrity, Justin Bieber's introduction to fame involved both Usher and Diddy. Discovered by Scooter Braun, Bieber was mentored by Diddy early in his career. Some old videos have resurfaced in light of Diddy's arrest, including one from when Bieber was 15, in which Diddy said they were spending 48 hours together, doing activities he couldn't disclose, calling it a 15-year-old's dream.
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
In another clip, Diddy taught Bieber how to swag walk and commented on Bieber's changing behavior.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything?
Yeah.
Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct.
My
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
While Bieber has faced criticism for his rebellious behavior during his teenage years, fans are now speculating whether Diddy played a role in that, possibly contributing to Bieber's struggles with addiction and assault. Do you think these celebrities should be investigated? Let us know in the comments below.